Thick booty Bubba, let's get right into it, baby. A lot of people have been asking me my thoughts on the new announcement that the XENOMORPH is coming to DBD. You know, I think it's, goddamn, my boy, trying to FOV tech the shit out of me. Hold this. Thank you very much. But anyways, yeah, a lot of people have been asking me my thoughts on, you know, XENOMORPH coming to DBD. I think it's really cool, man. Like, HR Giger is one of my favorite artists of all time, and to see his creation come to Dead by Daylight, one of my favorite games of all time, yeah, that's awesome to see, honestly. I think that's super cool. I think it's going to bring a lot of new players to the game and bring a lot of new eyes to the game as well. Give me that. Hold up. I got this. Give me that. Ooh! Ooh! That perk just saved him. God damn. Alright, I need to work on my chainsaw, like, sweep timing, because I did it too early. But anyways, I think it's going to bring a lot of new players and eyes to the game. And honestly, hopefully it comes around the same time they bring the new anti-camping measures. Because, you know, if they are bringing the anti-camping to the game, then there's no better time to do that than, you know, when also a bunch of new players are coming to the game as well, because it'll just improve their experience and hopefully try to, you know, keep them on the game longer. Because when you get new killers, you know, you always get this huge jump in the player base, but then it usually starts to, you know, like die down a little bit. You know, the new players, they tried the game, they're like, it's not really for me, and then they go back to playing whatever they were playing, you know. So I think that's going to be you know, hopefully around the same time. Let's just, wow, alright, let's go ahead and slap Lee. Actually, no, let's just stay on him. Why not? Might as well slug him. I mean, he's not on a gen, he's gonna have to pull somebody else off a gen to get him up, so that's only one person that can be on a gen. Then they're gonna have to probably spend some time healing. Yeah, got you here, buddy. Ooh, these goddamn speed perks, man, they save them every time. I swear, between the speed perks and the endurance perks, like, this shit is blowing me. Let's go ahead and get her. Or this pallet, that works too. Thank you very much. She's just gonna take me pallet to pallet, because I'm down to destroy every pallet on the map. Shit. That only helps me in the long run, baby. Give me that. Oh yeah, she's just gonna take me pallet to pallet. Sweet. Give me that. Sweet. Anyways, yeah, man, playing the XENOMORPH is going to be really cool. I think they're going to bring an indoor map. You know, we haven't had an indoor map in quite a while, so I'm okay with that. You know, that's not bad, in my opinion. I mean, I don't mind it. I think that could be pretty fun. Some killers are really fun on indoor maps. Obviously, not all killers can thrive and play to their max potential on indoor maps, but, you know, still fun regardless for some. Especially stealth killers, and I'm thinking, obviously, the XENOMORPH probably will be a stealth killer, because it's a goddamn XENOMORPH. And, you know, Demogorgon is not available anymore, and I don't have that killer. It's the only killer I don't have, and I want it so bad, because he seems like such a fun killer to play. I hope the XENOMORPH has an ability that's kind of like Demogorgon's. And I don't care if it's repetitive. I don't give a shit. I don't care if Wesker kind of already has it, or Demogorgon. You know what I mean? I don't care. I want that ability. I think it's cool, and it looks very fun, and I have never gotten the chance to play it. So, you know what I mean? I just want to mess around with that. Damn, there's a pallet everywhere, huh? Give me that. Cool beans. But yeah, I'm really curious to see how this is all going to play out. You know what I mean? Like, hold this. Yeah, just curious to see how they're going to design this thing, you know? If it's a chase killer, I'm curious to see how that is going to pair with its stealth. If they do have stealth, you know, I don't know for sure it's going to have stealth, but I just, you know, like, obvious. I just feel like it's obvious it's going to have stealth, especially if they bring it with an indoor map, you know what I mean? Let's go vault that. He's not. Wow, he's a patient one. Break this. Okay, I get him here. Give me that. Sweet. So yeah, very excited to see. You know, I don't think the perks are going to be really good on it, because I think they know everyone is going to buy it just because it's a XENOMORPH. There's no reason to give it a bunch of overpowered perks, because, you know, everyone is going to buy it. You know what I mean? I feel like there's no reason. They might as well save their, like, really overpowered perk ideas for a killer that they are not very too sure is going to sell too well or not, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. Just, I look at Wesker, and I feel like they already knew everyone was going to buy him, so they didn't really give him any crazy perks. And I just feel like that would be the decision they make. But then again, I don't know. I'm not on the team. I don't know what they plan on doing. But I just have a suspicion that the perks are not going to be super incredible or game-breaking or overpowered, because they don't need to use the perks as a selling point for this killer, because the killer itself is the selling point. You know what I mean? Like, it's a xenomorph. It's probably the most wanted killer in DBD. You know, this is what everyone's been asking for forever. And yeah, I just feel like it's a selling point enough, you know. Hold this. So for my survivor mains out there, I hope y'all like Alien, because y'all gonna be looking at the xenomorph for a while. I'm excited to play it though. You know, it's kind of interesting to me that they seem to be taking this sci-fi approach to the game now. Even in terms of like survivor skins and the maps and the killers they brought with Skull Merchant and Singularity and that other game they made that nobody plays anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like they seem to be leaning on this sci-fi approach recently. And hey, I'm here for it. I love sci-fi, especially sci-fi horror, so I don't mind it one bit. Hey there. Bubba is just the best. Give me that. Alright, he's gone. Hopefully the killer just plays very smooth. That's all I'm hoping for, you know what I mean? I just want it to play smooth. I feel like a lot of killers recently that they've added to the game don't really play very, you know, smoothly. There's a lot of like stopping and doing things and like a lot of micromanaging and shit. And I think, you know, it's kind of annoying. Oh, wow. Anyways, yeah. But yeah, I hope the killer's ability is pretty simple. I think killers with more simple abilities are more fun to play, you know, when there's not a whole lot of setup or steps to just get somebody down. I think that it makes for a more smooth gameplay experience, a more appealing one, especially to new players. I think it is going to be a simple ability because a lot of new players are going to probably be, you know, getting on the game for the first time, and, you know, they just want to play their favorite horror movie icon, the xenomorph. And if they get this killer and like its ability is this super elaborate setup, just like very complex, there's all these steps, they're probably going to be taken aback a little, you know what I mean? They may get overwhelmed by it. And since they know this killer is going to bring a bunch of casual gamers and stuff to the game to play this killer, I think it's in their best interest, and I think they will make it a simple ability because, you know, that makes it more playable and more accessible to everybody, you know. More appealing to the general audience, the casual player. Like, a killer like Singularity is not appealing to your casual player. There's just way too much setup. There's way too many steps. It's just, you gotta, you know, first you gotta shoot the thing accurately, then you gotta get somebody accurately with the camera and, you know, hold on to them long enough, and they have to not break LOS for you to even get the thing on them. And then once the thing is on them, they have to not get rid of it with the thing. They have to keep it on them, or someone else has to not get rid of it with the thing. And only then can you finally start using your actual ability in chase, but that's also counterable. So you have to use that ability correctly. There's just way too many steps. It's way too elaborate, way too complex. And your casual player is not into all that shit. That's why so many people like Wesker. It's some simple shit, bro. Whip your hentai tentacle out and lunge at people. That's all there is to it. It's nice and simple, and that's what we like. But obviously, it would be nice to have something new and fresh. I think they've worn out a lot of the new and fresh like options for abilities at this point. I mean, we have damn near everything right now, right? Like, most practical killer abilities are kind of taken already, honestly. But yeah, I don't think this killer is gonna have really overpowered perks, because when we see a lot of like really popular killers, like licensed killers, get brought to this game, they tend to not have very overpowered perks. Like Terminus, who uses that shit. Awaken Awareness, that was cool like the week it came out. And then Superior Anatomy is only really viable when you pair it with Bamboozle. So like not a lot of, you don't see that perk a lot, you know? It's fun on Myers, but when do you ever see that perk on anybody else? Same thing about Pyramid Head. Like, you don't see Deathbound a whole lot. You barely see Forced Penance. I mean, Ots Darva made that video about Forced Penance, and then like 2 people used it after that, but after that, like, no one really used it. And then you have Trail of Torment, which not a lot of people use until this most recent update, and now it's very fun. I used it here and there before that, but people just started using this because it got a buff. And then we have Onryo, who's not a super popular killer, but they gave her some really good perks, in my opinion. They gave her Merciless Storm, Call of Brine, and Scourgehook Floods of Rage. These are 3 really good perks, and I think they did that because Onryo herself wasn't a massive selling point. So they also had to pair her with perks that would also make her value go up. You know what I mean? Like, if she alone wouldn't be enough to get people to buy her, then they were banking on the fact that these perks would, you know, paired together. A new killer with some really good perks, you know, a new killer that, you know, they may not be too interested in, they may not really be too familiar with the original movies, etc., etc. Or, you know, she's not like, you know, the Ring series isn't like terribly popular, especially the original. They bundled her with these really good perks, and these perks were way better when they originally released with her as well. And yeah, man, like that's like the primary reason I got her was like, dude, these perks were broken when they first came out. They were so fun to use. So yeah, I mean, I'm very excited to see how this new killer plays. I think it's going to be really fun. Hopefully they don't drop the ball on this one, because this is probably their biggest moment for behavior. I mean, the Xenomorph is probably the most wanted killer out of any killer to date at this point, you know what I mean? And the hype is absolutely insane. Everyone's excited. So, you know, this is their shot to really capture a new audience and get a lot of eyes, new eyes on the game, and hopefully get some returning players back in, because I've seen so many comments, oh, I'm only returning to the game if they get an Alien collab and shit like that, you know. So a lot of people are gonna be coming back. Hopefully the new camping measures come back as well. As much as I don't like them, I know overall for the health of the game it's probably a good idea, as much as I despise the idea. But yeah, because you can get all the new players you want, but the goal is to retain those players, okay? Like, if you get 100 new players, what's it worth if only, you know, 2 of them stick around the next week? You know, you want the players to stick around and give them a good experience and not overwhelm them or overcomplicate things, and, you know, just give them an enjoyable, simple experience, because that's what I feel a lot of players look for in a game, is just some simple shit they can hop on, have some fun, and they don't have to think too hard. You know, they just want to play a game after work or after school, and they don't want their brain to overheat and shit, you know, playing a video game, which is supposed to be entertaining and fun and, you know, to some extent relaxing and just mind numbing. They don't want their brain to overheat after a long day at work or school and shit. You know, they just want to hop on and have some, you know, mindless fun. So yep, I'm excited to see the new killer, how it plays, and the new map and everything, in which I'm more interested in the perks more than anything. But, you know, yep, I'm excited to see how it plays out. I'm curious to see what y'all think, you know, how this is all going to play out, and yep, hope y'all enjoy it. Oh yeah, and fun fact, there's this H.R. Giger museum bar out there, and oh my god, does it not look so freaking cool? Look at this. I'm gonna go one day, I swear, man. I want to go so freaking bad, dude. Like, it looks so cool. Oh my god, imagine working here, dude. Like, look at this. But anyways, yeah, I just thought this was pretty interesting. The more you know, I guess, right? So, yeah. Is it gonna load? God damn! I just noticed I had my webcam off and it was blocking it, but like, dude, look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Oh my god. It looks so freaking cool. It looks so cool. I mean, tell me that's not absolutely awesome. I dare you. You know, tell me that's not the coolest thing ever. And I think this is the outside of it, right? Interesting. Wow. That's pretty freaking cool.